How to shop on Temu from Vietnam. First and most important, as soon as we enter the website, this message appears telling us Temu is officially working with the Digital Economy Agency in Vietnam, meaning it's completely safe, so we'll click OK. Next, once we're here, we're going to go to the top right where the flag appears, click where it says change country or region, and here we're going to specifically choose the country, which in this case is Vietnam. Then, for languages, if we want, we can change it. I'm going to leave it in English and I'll go back here to the homepage. Now I'm going to show you how to shop and everything you need to keep in mind. The first thing we need to know in order to shop on Temu is the different types of prices that exist. For example, first one is price shown in orange. What this means is that here, as you can see, there will be a price limit. In other words, this price that appears will be available for 20 days, 13 hours, and 15 minutes. This product has quite a bit of time left on the offer, so there's no problem. But when this offer is about to expire in 5 minutes, this price is going to change. And when it does, it turns black, as we can see here. And when it turns black, it completely loses the previous offer it had. That's why we see that some products have the price in orange and others have the price in black. Now, once you choose the product, let's say this one, let's look at something. Depending on the product you select, it has different variations. For example, in this case, we have the color black and matte black. What this means is that, as you can see, something changed. The black color has one price and then the matte black has another price, which is usually higher. So this applies to different products, whether they're tech products or clothing directly. Because what happens is that, for example, if there's a product, a t-shirt or whatever that comes in different colors, sometimes some colors are more expensive than others. And in the case of tech products, sometimes a certain variation might include some extra accessories. This matters because when browsing the homepage, you'll see some products show up at one price, for example, this one, and when you go in, if it comes in different colors, the price might be different. So it might show you $10.92 here. But when you go in, if we change the color, you'll see the price can change. The very next thing we really need to keep in mind when thoughtfully shopping on Temu is that if, for example, I carefully choose this option, I first have to diligently read the product title very carefully, read in extensive detail to make sure it's truly what I need, and then smoothly scroll down to the review section to thoroughly read the reviews from people who have already successfully bought this product. But that's not the most important thing. The most important thing is to come here where it says see all reviews and then go directly to the photos and videos section where you can see people who have already bought this product. For example, if it's a piece of clothing available in different sizes, some people show how the product actually looks when they're wearing it, and this way you can see how it looks in real life. I mention this because when you look at the main product photos, they usually show the pictures that look the very best and are the most detailed, but the photos you'll find in the customer reviews often look much more realistic. This way, you'll really know what the product truly looks like in real life and whether it might actually interest you. Now, the next thing is that this is also important because we can see how the people who bought this product fared. We can see that many have given it 5 stars, and if we look, there are 10,840 reviews with a rating of 4.7 stars. This means that 10,840 people have already bought it. Or even more, not everyone leaves a review. The important thing is there should be at least 100 reviews and the rating should be at least 4 stars. Why am I telling you this? Because if we look at other products, for example, this one look, it has 5 stars, meaning it's a very good product. But the downside is only 2 people have left reviews, so we can't be sure if it's actually a good product or not, because obviously with very few reviews, it's very easy to have a high rating. Whereas here, with so many reviews, we can see that it is definitely a very good product. Because even though a lot of people have it, it still has a very high rating, it's 4.7. Once we're sure about the product with the photos and the reviews, we can scroll down to the product description, which is right here. Here you'll find the name of the store selling us this product. Another thing is that here you'll find more information that wouldn't appear above. For example, videos, the product name, and if it's a tech product, for instance, we can copy the model number and look up videos or reviews on TikTok, YouTube, or any other social network. Look, here we find more information about this product. Then, once we understand what we're buying, we can choose the specific product, the specific color, for example, this red one. Next, if it's clothing, select the size, for example, this one, then click Add to Cart. Sometimes there will be a price limit, meaning it will tell you that you can't buy a product that's too cheap. Instead, you'll need to buy several products to reach a minimum purchase amount, and this will depend on each country. So you need to go in and check what the minimum is for your specific country. You simply do this by clicking here on View Everything in your cart, and there it will show you what the minimum is. For example, in this case, I'm going to remove what we just added and go to the cart. And here it shows I need to spend at least 10, but depending on the country you're in, a different amount of money will appear. But before going there and completing the purchase, I'm going to add this back. Let's scroll down here because in order to get this free shipping that appears here in most countries, we have to meet the minimum order amount. In this case, it's 10, but in other places, it will be different. Next, we have the following information. Temu has specific regulations regarding order, returns, and all related processes. To understand this, you are going to click here where it says why choose Temu, and you should carefully read all of this in detail. This will help you know exactly what happens if your product doesn't arrive or what happens if your product arrives damaged. If it arrives damaged, you will need to file a claim and you might get your money back or you might not. To fully comprehend this, you need to take all of this information into account. For example, the warranty regulations, we have time to return it, but up to 90 days. That is, if we take more than 90 days to return the product, they will assume that we are satisfied with it, and at that point, we won't be able to make returns. And then they explain everything about reviews regarding security and privacy, as well as free shipping and free returns. Now, let's back here. Once we have the product, we'll go to the cart, and you can see it lets me make a purchase. I'm going to leave a coupon on the screen so you can apply the 40% discount. Anyway, in the description below, I'll leave you a convenient link so you can easily buy or go to the completely free gifts section, which is available within Temu, and so you can have it shipped directly to your home for free. Now, once you're here, on the left side, you need to carefully add your address, and once you add it, you just leave it securely saved there, and that's it. And add a phone number because the delivery people might not find your address and may need to call you. And once everything is set up, the products will appear here, as well as the payment methods, which may vary depending on your country. Once ready, on the right side, as I mentioned, you enter the coupon and simply click apply. Here you will see the coupon applied with a discount, and then you just click send order. But before you get to that point, you can review everything that appears here. Depending on where you are located, you might be eligible for a late delivery refund. That means if your order doesn't arrive by a specific date, you will receive a credit back. This credit can only be used within Temu to make other purchases on Temu.